Well, welcome to today's training. Today is the second part two of our training that we did the other day, which is how to use the system of duplication. So today's training, we're going to be talking about how to use the system of duplication to explode your business, how to master it. And we're
Yeah.
going to be going through some things today that I believe that's going to
One
really help
button
you in a
down, one.
tremendous way. So, if all of you guys are on here today, what you may want to start doing is start texting your team and telling them to get on this training, because I'm going to tell you right now, I got some meat for you. It's going to be powerful. So this will be the time to get your white paper, take a lot of notes, and also start texting your team and telling them to either get on our Facebook page or come on the Zooms so we can start going through the training. I'm going to go ahead and mute everyone out, and then we're going to go ahead and hit the ground running because I got a lot of meat for you. So let's go ahead and start. Okay, first of all, the website you can see there on the screen, which is our website, Business Sales Accelerator Academy, and we are the free mentors for the masses. The reason why we say that, and that's our mission, that's our movement, is because over the years, there's so many people that join network marketing or get into direct sales or get into a sales organization with a company, and they get trained on product knowledge, but most of the time they're not trained in sales. They're not trained in how to talk to people. They're not trained in how to market their business. And so we believe that sales and marketing education should be available to all, not just the select few that can afford it. So what I've done is we put together an academy. My partner, Steve, is on the line as well. We put together a training academy that's going to be training the world, training the people that are in network marketing or direct sales, whether if you're with a company or you're in a network marketing or a direct sales company. The intent is to really help the masses learn the skills so they can take care of their family and change the world. As a matter of fact, our conviction is that if you build the people will build the business, the nation, and the world. And that's our mindset, and that's what we hope that you guys can get behind us. If you're not part of the academy, you're welcome to go. It's a free academy that you can join. So today what we're going to be going through is how to make the system of duplication your system to create massive momentum in your business. That's the title of this particular training today. So we're going to go through some different parts of it that I believe that's going to really help you in a tremendous, tremendous way. So let's talk about it. First of all, my name is Gregg, and I am the mentor for the masses. That's my title. I claim that, and that's my goal and my commitment to you, that I'm going to help you no matter what it takes to help you succeed in your business. So let's go ahead and jump right in. So the first thing I want you to understand is that you must understand what a system of duplication is. Because if you don't understand what a system of duplication is and what it can do for you, then it's going to be hard for you to use it. So one of the things you got to realize that in business, in direct sales, or any kind of company for that matter, the number one thing that's your foundation of your business, no matter what kind of product you sell, no matter what it is, the foundation of any business is the training system. Think about it. The reason why franchises run so well is because they have an awesome training system that's duplicatable. That's what they've done. They've put together a system, a training system that anyone, as long as they have the money to invest in the business, can get in, learn a system of duplication. And then they actually could take that and then build that same business in other places, in other locations. That's what franchises do. That's what makes the franchise. When you buy a franchise, you spend $100,000, $200,000, $500,000 on a training system, and then on a franchise. What you're really buying is a sign. You're buying their training system, and you're buying their system of how they run their business. That's what you're buying. You don't get any food. You don't get any employees. You don't get anything. What you get is a sign and the ability to go run the business. Same thing in network marketing. When you join in direct sales, or you join a sales company, or you join a network marketing or a real estate office, you get a desk. You get the opportunity to sell under that brand name. You still got to learn the skills of how to do it. You still got to know how to talk to people. You still got to know how to go run the business. And so that's what we do here at the Business Sales Academy, is we train you how to run your business. And in direct sales and network marketing especially, or in any sales organization, most of the time you get less than a week worth of training of how to do the business. So what we're going to do today, I'm going to be teaching you the system of duplication, which is what we've developed for the entire industry. Our training is not for a network marketing company. It's not for one company. It's not for a sales organization. It's for anyone who wants to be a professional in direct sales. Now, what is direct sales? Direct sales is the ability to go out and generate new business. In other words, you meet someone today, you convert it into a sale tomorrow. In other words, you go meet people, you go find your prospects, your leads, you convert them into a prospect and you turn it into a sale. That's what direct sales is. And so what we do is we teach you how to do that. Now, if you happen to be in a network marketing business, then you're going to be one of the top producers once you learn that skill set. If you're in an insurance company, you're going to be one of the top producers once you learn that skill set. If you're a real estate agent, then you're going to be one of the top producers once you learn that skill set. Because the skill set of what it takes to make it is the same. The product line is what changes. So we don't train you on product line. We train you on how to be the best at what you do. And that's what we're going to be talking about today. That's what the Business Sales Academy can do for you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open this up right now. I'm going to stop sharing my screen because I want you to see me. Because what I'm going to be doing is talking to you and telling you and teaching you these techniques and teaching you how this works. So the overlying system of the academy, you've seen it come together in pieces. If you've been here for a while and you've been in the academy for a while, you've seen that it's been coming together and it's going to be changed. You're going to see it, always evolving, looking better, getting nicer, more tools and more training pieces inside the academy. You're going to see that come together because we're building the framework. You guys are in at the beginning of this worldwide movement that we have, which is the mentors for the masses. You're in at the beginning, and it's always going to be free for you. But the reason why I wanted to tell you that is because what we're doing is we're laying a groundwork. And let me just tell you today what the groundwork is. The groundwork of this entire foundation of the academy is called the 10 steps to success. See, in direct sales, any type of direct sales, regardless of what company you're in, there's 10 steps that it takes to build a business. Whether if it's a franchise, whether if it's sales, whether if it's a marketing company, whether if it's network marketing, it doesn't really matter. It's called the 10 steps for success. I've been kind of piecing it together for you, giving you some things to get you momentum going. But now I'm about to roll out the entire system of duplication and how you can actually use that system. So let's talk about it. There's two parts to it. There's a foundation, and then there's the workflow. There's two parts. The foundation is kind of like when you build a skyscraper. Before you go put the roof on, you go put the ceiling on, you go put the building together, and you do all the stuff on the inside of the building, you got to lay a foundation, right? You got to dig a hole. You got to pull out a bunch of dirt. And sometimes there's dead bodies in the dirt, right? There's all kinds of junk. And that's kind of like in our lives and in our personal character, we have to go and build a foundation for you. And that foundation consists of three things. One is that we help you define your dreams and get a burning desire to achieve them. You have to know why you're doing your business, because if you don't have a big why that makes you cry, you don't have a really why. And then what ends up happening, you don't stick with your goals. So that's one thing. The second one is you got to make commitments to the business. So we show you how to make commitments. The next one, we teach you how to use the products and why you got to use the product. You got to become a product of your product. In other words, you got to use what you sell. The third thing, those are the three parts of the foundation. So we establish that. We pull out the dirt. We talk about overcoming fears and all types of stuff we pull out of you in the academy in the foundation stage. Then the second part is, it's called the workflow. This is what you do on a daily basis. What I call them are MMAs. Write that down. MMAs. MMA stands for money making activities. There are non-money making activities and there are money making activities, and you got to understand both. So what we do is we teach you all of the money making activities of what it takes to make it in your business. And so those money making activities, number one, you got to generate a lead. You got to convert the lead to a prospect. You got to invite people to see what you do. You got to show the plan. You got to follow up, close, and ask for the money. You got to get that new person started right, and then you got to duplicate yourself and plug them into the system. That's called the workflow. There's 7 money-making activities. Up to this point, I've only kind of talked about the 7 money-making activities, so I wanted you guys to get some momentum going. But now I'm rolling out the entire system so you can understand what you have in your hands. You guys have no idea what you have in your hands. There's never been in the entire industry of network marketing one system, one voice teaching you the exact system of not only just network marketing, teaching you sales, teaching you online marketing, teaching you email marketing. We're going to be teaching you social media marketing. We're going to teach you how to save your money, how to keep it. We're going to be teaching you everything it takes to be successful in your business. So I just wanted to share that with you and give you an overview of what we're doing. By the way, you may hear some background noise and stuff. Here's why, because I'm at the Chamber of Commerce. I'm not in my normal routine. You don't see my backdrop and everything like normal because I'm at the Chambers. I double book myself and I'm speaking upstairs. As soon as I'm done with this webinar, I go upstairs and I'm speaking to the Chamber of Commerce. See, I actually do what I teach. I don't just sell you seminars and workshops and training. I actually am doing it. I network. And so I'm going to speak to the Chamber of Commerce today. So let me go ahead and jump right into what we're going to be talking about. So we're talking about making the Sales Accelerator your training system. Here's why I say that. Because it's not my training system. I want you to get that through your head. It's so important because a lot of people I talk to, I train a lot of people throughout the week. I do the same thing you do every day. And what ends up happening is people, they say, Stephen, I love your training. I love your training. I don't want you to ever say that sentence again. I don't want it to be my training. I work for you. I'm training for you. So you can build this as big as you want. We're going to be putting stuff inside where you can give us some ideas of what you want in the training, and I'm going to teach it to you. The reason why is because we want one voice, but it's not my training. It's your training. This training needs to become your training. This needs to be your system. Just as if you worked at franchises, a franchise, you're not going to, if you're the owner of that franchise, you're not going to say, yeah, I want you to go to Ronald McDonald's or whatever his name was, Ray Kroc's training. You're not going to go to Ray Kroc's training, right? No, you're going to go to the training. It's the training. It's your business training system. And that's what we've created for you. We created one system so you can go in and you can have the success that you want as big as you want, as fast as you want. And the best part about it, we did it for free. See, we did it because we understand that if you do more than you're paid to do, the day will come when you'll be paid more for what you are doing. We're not doing it to save training. We're doing it to really educate you and change the world. So that's the first thing I want you to grasp, is that this is not our training. So from this point on, please never say, man, I love your training, Stephen. You can say, man, that was an awesome training that you did. You can say that. I appreciate that. You can say, Stephen, man, I love the training system. I love the academy. I love you. That's music to my ears. When you say, man, I love the training system. I don't want you to say, I love, man, you did great. I don't need any accolades. I'm not here for that. I'm not here to get any awards. I don't need any prizes, nothing. I just want you guys to succeed. That would be my accolades. Okay, the next thing is, I want you to, today, what we're gonna be talking about is how to restart your business. So one of the things we're gonna go through some techniques today is on making a decision to restart your business. That's what you wanna do. So right now, I want you to have the mindset, I'm restarting. I don't care where you are in the business. You could be a 7-figure income earner. We got some people on here. I know some Mike Z's. We got some people on here that are big players in the business. I mean, in their company, they're top leaders. You got thousands and thousands of people on their team. And you know, if that's the case, today's your first day in the business. And then if you're brand new, maybe you just started, have the mindset, I'm restarting my business. I restart my business every 90 days. I'd make a decision if I were you to restart your business. And here's why. Because then you can get the momentum going again. You can ramp up again. You know, when you're first new and you're joining a company, you get that excitement when you first start. So this is how you do it. You restart every 90 days. So I would recommend having today be your first of your 90 days. So we're going to talk about how to do that. So the first thing I want you to do is, if you're part of the academy already, go in, register, download the book, put it in a binder, and then go and there's a training inside the academy called the Fast Track Training. Look for it on the side. You'll see Fast Track Training. Go in and watch it. It's about 2 hours long. And you can break it up in pieces, or you can just watch the whole thing. The reason I want you to go through the Fast Track, the Fast Track encompasses pretty much the majority of the training that's in there. However, it's broken down in small increments so you can apply them right now. So it'll help you restart your business immediately. And you can get your team. You can say, hey, you guys, we're going to do a 2-hour training. We're going to do a little boot camp training this weekend. And maybe on Saturday or on Sunday, get your team on a Zoom, push the play button, and let me do the training. Here's what I don't want you to do. I don't want you to teach the Fast Track Training. I want you to push the play button, let me teach the Fast Track Training, and then you guys talk about what you learned. That's how you use the system to build your business. Don't become the system. Don't rewrite the training. Don't try to articulate what I said and try to put it in your own words. You don't need to do that. What you want is the same words, because if everybody's saying the same words, then you truly get duplication. Think about it. You go to McDonald's and you go up to the front desk. What do they say? May I help you, please? Yes. Would you like fries to go with that shake? Well, how did they learn that? No matter if you're here, you're in Tibet, you're in China, it says the same sentence. Why? Because it's a system. They didn't say, well, would you like fries to go with that shake over here? And then over there, they say, hey, would you like some fries to go with that? What do you think? And the next person says, hey, I want to sell you some fries. You want some fries? You want to get some fries? Here, let me give you some fries. That would be silly, wouldn't it? If every single McDonald's had a different way to do the upsell, it would be silly. But see, in network marketing, you get 40 different trainings in one downline. You get 40 different types of presentations in one downline. Why? Because there's no system in place. There's a system. It's just a little bit sometimes disjointed. It's not a complete duplicatable system. And that's why we're not letting a bunch of trainers come into our academy. There's one voice. teaching you the information. So you get the same message unified from the beginning to the end, from the first to the last, from the newest distributor to the oldest. Everyone can be singing the same song. Now you'll be able to put your personality behind it, but that's different. Putting your personality behind it when you got your own swagger, when you get your own, the way you say things. That's what you get to use the system, but you let the system build your business. So go in and use the fast track. So the first part of the fast track is you got to redefine your why. Redefine your why. And what we talk about in there is setting your 30, 60, and 90-day goal. And you want to do that, and your 12-month goal as well, your income goal, because you got to get a burning desire. You got to get excitement. And here's the biggest thing you got to get: urgency. You have to have urgency. Urgency is manufactured. You got to manufacture urgency. See, if you're not urgent for you to build your business, then who's going to be urgent? If you're not urgent, why would your team be urgent? If you're not urgent to hit your next pin level, why would your upline, your downline be urgent? Why would your prospects be urgent to get in if you're not urgent? See, urgency is manufactured in direct sales. You have to make a decision why they need it now, why they need to do it today. And that's a skill set you have to learn. In the academy, we teach that. But the first part starts with redefining your why you're doing what you're doing. Step two is you got to make some commitments. Now, the commitments that I'd recommend you to make, one is you got to make some commitments on your daily money-making activities. What activities you're going to do every day and what activities you're not going to do. Sometimes you got to kind of get all the garbage out of the way, all the noise, all the junk that happens. Sometimes my wife will call me up, honey, can you take my Jaden to work at 2 in the afternoon, right in the middle of my phone calls? No, I can't. We have the Uber or something. I can't do it. I just can't. I have to say no. You remember the commercials years ago, just say no? I have to learn that in business. I just got to say no sometimes. And it's funny because no matter, sometimes I think it's pressing why I have to do something. But it's amazing how whenever I say no, it still gets done. My daughter still gets to school. Soccer practice still gets made, and everything still happens when I say no. So you got to learn to just say no sometimes. Then you got to also make some commitments to attend this training every week. So this masterclass I do every week, every Tuesday and every Thursday. Here's why. This is my showing the plan. So I'm kind of exposing you and exposing your guest to the training education of the academy. So you get to bring your guests, you can bring your team every week here and learn about the academy. As a matter of fact, we have a lady on our website. She just sent me a testimonial the other day saying that she had a guest on there that was not even in network marketing. She owned her own business, and she actually joined her downline in her organization because she saw the training. She came on this training on Tuesday and signed up immediately in her organization because she saw the benefits. She saw that, wow, I can do this business. And so I'd recommend if you have guests, you invite your guests to this. So next Tuesday and next Thursday, we'll be building to the next event. This is an event, and every week you have this available to you either on Zoom or on Facebook Live. Okay, that's the next thing you want to commit to, attending this every week. We also record them too on our YouTube channel. I would recommend going to our YouTube channel and subscribing. You can go to bit.ly, www.bit.ly, all lowercase, / business sales accelerator, ACCELERATOR. So you can go there and you can subscribe to our YouTube channel, and then you can get some of our past stuff that we do. Okay, that's another commitment. Another one is you want to go through the business sales accelerator at least one time per week. Put that in your calendar. You got to schedule it in your calendar. Here's why. Because what doesn't get scheduled doesn't get done. If you don't schedule you doing the training, you're not going to do the training. You're going to forget all about it. So what you got to do is you got to put it in your calendar every week, block out the time. I don't care if it's Sunday night. Sunday nights are actually a good time for training, and it's a good time for that to restart your business to get prepared for the next week. So if you put it down on that day, you just put it down in your calendar, and then you go through one of the modules and you learn it, you absorb it. And we made it in audio and video so that you can get this information and really learn the training that you need. The next thing you want to do when it comes to making commitments is attend your opportunity presentations. So whatever company you have, you probably have business opportunity presentations somewhere, either online or local or whatever. I recommend you go to those on a consistent basis for several reasons. One, you hear the stories. You hear the testimonials, you see the players, you learn the techniques, you learn the words to say and how to say it from the people that are succeeding. So you need to go to those meetings. If you go to the meeting, it's because you need the meeting. If you go to the meeting also, the meeting needs you because other people need to see other people succeeding. So that's why you need to be online, or you need to go to the live meeting as well. Another thing is that the last thing is you want to do is go to the major events that you have in your company. If there's any major events like national conventions or Super Saturdays or any of that, you need to go. You should go to any of those events, and you should go consistently, because that's how you get your belief up in the business. And we'll do a whole training later on that. But those are some of the basic commitments I recommend. Inside the academy, we go through a whole slew of different commitments that you need to make, but those are some of the basics that you can do as you're restarting your business. The next step 3, is you want to focus on achieving your next achievement level in your business. Sometimes we call it the next pin level, the next title level, whatever you have in your business. If you're in a sales organization, maybe it's your next income level, maybe it's your next promotion level, maybe it's your next house, or whatever it is that you do in your business. But the bottom line is you got to focus on achieving your next pin level. This is one of the secret sauces in the business of direct sales and network marketing, is that the top leaders know that all they got to do is hit the next pin level. And then once they get to that pin level, guess what they do? They hit the next pin level, and then they hit the next pin level. They don't have to go, oh, I want to be a diamond in the business. Of course, if diamond is one of your highest positions, but they don't have to say I need to be a diamond. What they do is they need to hit a ruby first, and then they hit ruby, then they hit bronze. And then after they hit bronze, then they hit silver, then they hit silver, then they hit gold. See, you do it inch by inch. See, write this down. Inch by inch, it's a cinch. Yard by yard is hard. See, going from brand new to a diamond at $100,000 a month is very difficult. But guess what? Going from where you are to sign up your first person is simple. And then you sign up your 3, because usually in business, when you get your 3, you're free. And a lot of times in companies, or maybe 4, you're free, or 5, you're free, whatever the number is, but you get that next goal. Then you go after your next goal, which is 10. And you just focus on one day at a time with urgency. See, and you do it in the shortest period of time possible. We'll talk about that in a minute. So you want to have a goal of having hit your next pin level. One of the things you want to do whenever you're going after your next pin level is have urgency to hit it. See, whenever I join a business, my goal is to sponsor as many people as I can in the shortest period of time possible. In other words, in about a week, I want to sign up 5, 10 people. I don't want to do whimsy Tuesdays. See, when you're doing it slow, you're gaining slow momentum. It's much easier to build the business fast than it is to build it slow. And here's the 2 things you need to build this business. And this is for all you new people that don't know anything. Because some of you that have been here a while, I've already said you're going to restart your business. But there's some that are brand new. This is your first day in the business. There's some that are the first week in the business. You know what you got to do? There you go, Chris. Chris Rocker, what's up, brother? How you doing, man? Chris is here. Chris is a big baller in the business. We go way back. But yeah, so one of the things you got to do is you got to have this mindset that you're going to focus on that next pin level, that next achievement level. Because once you do that, what happens is you start to get focused on the right activity. A lot of the time we're focused on the wrong activity, and you got to focus on that next pin level, whatever that next thing is that you have to hit. So if your next goal is Ruby, then what you do is you sponsor a bunch of people to hit Ruby fast. Here's why. You're creating success, and you're showing other people that you can do it. See, people have to believe in something, and they have to believe in you. One of the things you have to do in this business is you have to have the mindset that you are going to lead by success, and you're going to lead by example. See, you're the leader of your business. From you down, you are the leader of your business. The company isn't the leader of your business. Your upline isn't the leader of your business. You are the leader of your business. And so what you have to say is, when I get in, I have an obligation to be successful. And because you have that obligation, now you can show people success. In the last company I was in, me and actually Chris and a few others of us back in the day, Mike was there. There was a few of us who were in a company that cost $20,000 a sale. That was the price to get in. There was many locations, many different levels, but everybody on my team came in at the top level because that's kind of the way I do it. But everybody came in at a $20,000 level. And we had the fastest growing organization in the country at $20,000 a sale. And then what was happening is people were coming to the business, they joined at $20,000 a sale. And I knew that I needed to generate a lot of money in a short period of time so I can show success. And then people would believe that they can do it. And that's exactly what happened. Because I started generating so much income, my team started believing in me, and then other people started coming to my office to get trained. And I would train them how to do what I did. And it raised the belief of my team. So your number one goal as a leader of your business is that you need to lead by success and have success when you're out there doing it. So you have success immediately and fast. That's the next thing you want to focus on is in a short period of time. The last thing is you want to develop a plan to hit your goal. See, plans don't fail, people do. But if you fail to plan, then you've planned to fail. So you got to make a decision to succeed and write out how you're going to do it. Whatever your pin level is, if it's gold, then you need to take, what does it take to hit gold? If you're brand new and you say, I don't know, that's not a good enough answer. You need to say, I don't know, therefore I need to find out is the correct answer. So you say, I don't know what it takes to hit my next pin level. I need to find out. How soon should you find out? Today. Remember urgency. You got to be urgent for your own goal. So you need to say, I need to find out today what it's going to take for me to hit my next pin level. And if you don't know how to do it, you need to ask for help. Or you could just go into the academy, watch the training, and I'll help you and teach you how to do it. So that's the next thing you want to do is you want to focus on the next pin level. That's the step 3. Step 4 is you want to make a list of your top 25. Now, you know, in network marketing, we're always told, make a list of everybody you know. And that's a daunting task for me. I got 1,000 people I know. I ain't got time to be making a list of everybody I know. Plus, I don't want to do business with everybody I know. There's only people I want to do business with. I want to do business with sharp, entrepreneur, motivated, excited people that want more out of life. I don't want people with, you know, what I call brown apples. You'll learn about that in the academy. So what I do is I write my top 25. Because remember, I want to hit a short goal in a short period of time so I can raise my belief and my prospects. So I write a list of my top 25. And sometimes I have to rehash my old list. And so what I do is I put people on it, and these are what I call red apples. Red apples are entrepreneurial, they're business-minded, they're successful, they're motivated, they're business owners, they're open-minded, they're open to other opportunities. I like to go after successful people. Sorry about all the background noise, guys. Got some people checking out some ice over there. Sorry about the background noise. But what we do is we actually like people that are motivated and entrepreneurial because they already are successful. They already have made a decision. See, people don't even want to talk to them sometimes because they think, well, they're already successful, so why would they want to look at my business? No, you have the wrong mindset. Why would they look at your business? Because they already are successful. So if you have the mindset, I'm going to go after my chicken list first, then you'll probably find one of them and they'll come in and build the business. So you want to make a list of your top 25 people. And what you're not looking for are broke people, people that need it. Now, there's nothing wrong with broke people because I was a broke people when I looked at this industry. But I had a big dream that I believed in. I had a big goal. I wanted something more, and people saw it in my eyes. I might have been broke as a joke, but I was hungry. You know, and I was hungry for success, and I was hungry because I wanted to get things done. Just like Chris Rucker, I know his story. You should learn about this dude. He was starving out there, but you know, he made some things happen because of it. So there's a lot of people out there that are hungry that may not have money, may not have the skill set, may not have the knowledge of what it takes. But you know what they have? The one thing I look for, the burning desire. I don't ever look for the money because I know this. If the desire is big enough, the money will show up. Here's how I know, because I used to close people, I used to help people make the decision to do business with me at $20,000 a sale, and 98% of them said, I don't have the money. And I just asked them a simple question: if I can help you find the money, are you ready to get started? And they say yes, and then we together find the money at $20,000 a sale. And like I said, at the fastest growing organization at $20,000 a piece. So it's very important to understand this. So important. That's right. And so it's so important what we're doing here. And so that's step 4. Step 5 is you got to invite those prospects. You got to invite them to see what you do. In other words, you got to invite them to an event. You got to invite them to something. And you got to know that in advance what you're going to invite them to. You got to plan that in advance. So you want to set daily goals of how many people you want to invite to see the business. You also want to set a goal of how many people that you want to say yes to see the business. And you want to learn the scripts to invite. Inside the academy, we actually have the scripts of exactly what to say and how to say it. See, what we don't do is we don't sell the what and why and the how you got to buy. In other words, I have no upsell. The what and why I'm giving you right now, and then the how you go in and you go and learn how to do it. We give that to you for free. So you got to learn what the daily goals are that you want to invite that day. So you got to say, I want to invite 10 people today. And then how many of those you want to say yes? I want 8 of those to say yes. And then you got to learn what to say and how to say it. And that's inside the academy. Okay. So the next thing you want to do after you invite these people, you got to use what's called openers and audio business cards to get them to say yes, that they're open to looking at what you do. Now, today I'm not going to go through the whole audio business card script or anything, but I want to kind of show you how it works. What you want to do is what's called a warm-up. And a warm-up is 2 to 3 minutes of time when you're warming up with that person, whether if it's on the phone or in person. You want to do a little warm up so they can get to know you a little bit. And it only takes maybe 30 seconds. It doesn't take that long to do a warm up, but you want to do one. And then you want to use what's called an opener. An opener finds out if they're open to looking at what you do. A lot of people use what's called interested questions. Are you interested in my vitamins? No. Are you interested in making more money? No, because it looks like a scam. Or are you interested in this? Are you interested in that? Well, how could they possibly know if they're interested if they haven't seen what it is yet? See, people, most of the time, the objections you get are because you cause them, because of the words that come out of your mouth. So if you say, are you interested? In their mind, they're thinking, well, he's trying to close me already. No, I don't even know what it is. How could I possibly be interested? So the only answer they can intelligently give you is no. So don't ask interested questions. Ask, are they open to taking a look? Which is the goal. You want to convert the lead to a prospect. You want to get the name and number and say, are you open to additional ways of making money? That could be one opener that you can use. You can say, if you, let me give you an example. Let's say I called a friend of mine on the phone. I can say, listen, after doing warm up, I can say, I don't really have a lot of time to talk right now, but you just came to mind real quick. And I was just wanting to ask you a quick question, if you don't mind. Quick question. If you say, if you don't mind, that's considered an opener. If you don't mind. Nobody will say, absolutely, I mind. Do not ask me any questions. That's why I ask for permission. So I say, what if I could ask you a quick question, if you don't mind? No, I don't mind. What's that? Hey, listen, I just started a business in the fitness industry, and I was wondering if you keep your options open to additional ways of earning money. Yeah, I keep my options open. Why? What is it all about? Well, actually, what it's about, and then you can go through the rest. I'll say that in a second. But if you keep your options open, see, if you're open to additional ways of making money, if you ask that question, that's called an opener. Inside the academy, we go through a whole list of different types of openers. That's just one. And then when the prospect says, yes, I do, what's it all about? No matter what they say, you can say, well, what I do is I show people how to save money on the things that they want every day. Or I can say, I show people how to get into fitness and maybe lose 10 to 20 pounds in the next 30 days so they can feel better about how they look. Or let's say you're on a product that maybe you have a product like an app or something where you can save money on their goods and services. You could say, I show people how to save money on the things they buy every day, like movie tickets and restaurants and at grocery stores, so you can put money back in your bank account. They're going to say, well, tell me more about that. Wow, that's interesting. How does it work? No matter what they're answering, no matter what their answer is, it doesn't matter what they ask. They can say, well, how does it work? Or tell me more. Wow, that sounds interesting. No matter what they say, you got one answer. We have a system in place. That's my answer. That's my default answer. I never give them all the answers right there in the room because I'm fishy. I'm trying to really reel them in to see if they really are interested or they're at least open. So I said, well, we have a system in place, and if you're open to it, by the way, if you're open to it is another opener. If you're open to it, I can give you a 5-minute video that shows you the entire program and how it works, and how you can save that money and put it back in your bank account. Would you be open to that? Another opener. Would you be open to that? Well, yeah, I'd be open to that. Okay, great. And then I'd say, okay, well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to send it to you. Would you prefer for me to send it to you by text or by email? Yeah, text message works. Okay, great. It's a 5-minute video. So what I'll do is, when can you watch it? See, I like to book the appointment in advance. When can you watch it? I can watch it at 2 o'clock. Okay, perfect. Well, why don't I do this? I'm going to send it to you right now. At 2 o'clock, you watch it. And how about I call you at 2:10 so I can answer any questions that you have? Okay, perfect. See, now what I've done is I've overcome the follow-up. See, a lot of people say the fortune is in the follow-up. That's a lie. The fortune is not in the follow-up. The fortune is in the closing and asking for the money. So what I do is I book my follow-up in advance. Before I even set it up, I book my follow-up when I set the appointment. So they say, yes, you can call me back at 2:10. They've given me permission. Now, I've sent them the video. I call them back while the iron is hot. I strike where the iron is hot. And I say, great. Well, what did you like best about what you just saw? And they're going to say, well, I really like the way you can save money in the program. Well, great. I guess we got to get you start saving some money in that program. So let me tell you, people that look at this are in one of 3 categories. One is a person that says, I'm in. It makes sense. I want to do it. I'm ready to go. I didn't even need to see this video. It made sense just what you said on the phone. That's the number one. The number 2 is a person that says, I like it, but I have a couple questions. And once I get my questions answered, then I'm in. That's the number 2. And the number 3, it says, I just want to be a customer. It's really not for me right now, the business. Okay, great. So where do you see yourself? As a 1, 2, or 3? And you shut up. And you wait, because the first person who speaks loses. And you wait. Oh, I think I'm a number 2. I have some questions. Great. So here's my thing. And this is a release statement I use. It's powerful because I don't try to get anyone. what I do is I get people to want to do business with me. So I say, well, let me ask you this. Did you want to get your questions answered now, or would you prefer to set up a time a little later on? Why do I do that? I give them the out. I give them the right to say no. In the academy, we go through a whole system called release statements. See, when you give people the right to say no, you've given them the ability to say yes. This is a very high-level closing technique that the top producers do. They just never teach you. They never teach the average person. So I use what's called release statements. I give people the right to say no. Even if they give me an objection like, well, I need to talk to my wife. I say, as a matter of fact, you have to talk to your wife. You can't do business with me if you don't talk to your wife, and here's why. Whenever I answer a question, I say, and here's why, because I want to make sure I give them a reason why I said what I said. So, you got to talk to your wife? Absolutely. As a matter of fact, you can't do business with me unless you talk to your wife, and here's why. Because the last thing I want to do is you join this business and make the decision, and your wife get mad at you tomorrow, and the next, you guys are in a feud because of me. That's the last thing I want. So you absolutely have to talk to your wife. So as a matter of fact, why don't we do this? Why don't you talk to your wife tonight, and then why don't we set up a time tomorrow, and then tomorrow you can let me know if you're in or not. Fair enough? Yeah, that's fair. Okay, great. What time tomorrow works for you? 2 o'clock, perfect. Let's go ahead and put that in your calendar right now. We put it in the calendar. See, if they put it in my calendar and they go home, talk to the wife, and they show back up to that meeting, I got an 80 to 90% close ratio. That's why I have an 80 to 90% close ratio, because I give people the right to say no. See, if you give people the right to say no, you've given them the ability to say yes. See, these are those high-level techniques that are in the academy that that a lot of people don't really teach. They just do it. The top producers, the top money earners in any business do these things. They just don't usually teach it. And I'm giving it to you, and I'm teaching it to you, even when you're brand new. So that's how you invite people to see what you do, and then you ask for the order. The last thing I want to give you real quick is a script on how to invite to an event. Let's say you're going to invite them to a briefing or an opportunity presentation or somewhere local. You could say, well, this Thursday we have a briefing at 7 o'clock in Lake Forest. It's not open to the public. It's by invitation only. And if you'd like to come, I could put you on my guest list and you could be my guest. Would you like to come? And you're looking for a yes or a no. The reason why you're looking for a yes or no, because a maybe is just a slow no. If someone says, well, I'm not sure if I'm going to make it, I say, okay, well, then just say no. I'd rather for you to just say no, because the last thing I want you to do is, don't want to come. If you don't really want to come, then I'd just rather for you to say no. Oh, no, I really do want to do. Okay, then just say yes. And then we can put it in the calendar. Because, I can only invite a certain amount of people. And so I just want to make sure you're definitely want to. If you don't want to come, it's 100% okay with me if you don't want to. But if you do want to, I just need to know, because, I don't want to waste your time. I didn't say I don't want to waste my time. I said I don't want to waste your time. See how I phrased that? And then he said, oh, yeah, I definitely want to come. Great. Well, how about we do this? Because I don't like to walk into the building by myself. Why don't we meet over at that Starbucks right there on Main and MacArthur? How about we meet there so that we can grab a cup of coffee together and we can walk in together? Oh, okay, great. The reason why I do that, like I talked about last week, is that you want to meet at a neutral location if you're going to do something local, because if they go to that, if they know you're sitting there at the Starbucks, they're less likely to stand you up. And even if something comes up, which things do happen in business, they'll at least text you or call you because they know you're sitting there waiting for them. See, these are these little advanced techniques that the top producers know how to do, but they just don't usually teach because they don't have the time to disseminate this out 50 levels deep. They just don't have the time. There's just not a time in the day. And that's why the academy is so powerful, because the new person will learn the exact same thing as the 7-figure income earners. For the first time in the history of network marketing, everyone industry-wide has the ability to learn anything they need to build their business. And so those are some of the things. I want to give you a few other tips here. I got a little bit more time for you. I want to give you some tips when it comes to inviting. The purpose of the invitation, when you're inviting someone, the invitation is to get them to learn more about what you do. It's not to make a presentation. A lot of people make that mistake. When they're trying to invite someone to an opportunity presentation or to watch a video, they start explaining what it's all about. The goal of the invitation is just to invite them. Get them to say yes and show up. It's not to make the presentation. That's different. So it's so important that you know how to make an invitation and be quiet, zip it, put a cork in it, don't say anything, because if not, you'll start throwing up on the people and then they'll never show up. So you want to learn how to make an effective presentation. And so then a couple things you want to do. You want to set goals of how many prospects you want to attend your event. Whenever I go networking or whenever I go do anything, I have a goal of how many people I want to attend. So you want to set that goal. The second thing you want to do is have a specific place you want to invite them to? Invite them to an office. You want to invite them to a home meeting. You want to invite them to a webinar. You want to invite them to watch the video. You got to have some place to invite them. You got to know that in advance. So you need to think about your business in advance. The next thing you want to do is you want to have available time in your calendar and schedule that time. So you want to block out that time so you know when you're going to invite. You don't want to just make it free for all. You're in control of your business. It's your business. So you want to set up specific time, but when you can invite, that people can show up. Okay. Now, of course, you can be flexible. You can be flexible if they can't make it at that time. And then you want to be quick and brief to the point. You notice when I got on the phone, I said, listen, I don't really have a lot of time to talk. I just want to give you a quick call. Or, I don't really have a lot of time to talk right now. I just want to, you just came to mind. I just want to ask you a quick question if you don't mind. I'm always in a hurry. Matter of fact, my buddy Justin, he passed years ago, but it was funny because I used to call Justin every time. And every time I had this so ingrained in me, I called Justin up Justin actually, I called him one day. I called him up and said, hey, Justin, how's it going? He goes, hey, what's going on? You got to hurry up because you got a quick call? And I was like, no, why do you say that? He goes, because every time you call me, that's what you say. You just called me because you had want to make a quick call. So it was so ingrained in me, I didn't realize he said it, but I used to say it to everybody. So you want to make this a habit, of course. You don't want to say that to your wife all the time or anything like that. But you do want to be in a hurry when you're doing this. You want to be brief and to the point. The next thing is you want to expect a yes or a no. Maybes don't apply. A maybe is just a slow no. I'd rather have a fast no. I'd rather have a no now than a no 2 days from now if I have to chase you down and bug you, because then it looks like I'm chasing you. I look like I'm desperate. I'd rather get a no now, today. I don't want to know in 3 days. I'm not following up. If they don't book a second appointment with me, they most likely aren't going to hear from me again. I was at a networking event last week. You guys may have saw the video that was roaming around online. Last week, I went to a networking group, and I was sitting there talking to a lady. I was booking an appointment. In 2 hours, I booked 9 appointments with 9 different people, 9 different industries. And one of the ladies was sitting there. I was talking to her, and her partner, which owns the company, came up to me. She goes, hey, I remember you. I said, you do? She goes, yeah, I was at the networking event. Remember we met at the pool hall and all this? She goes, oh, yeah, I do remember you. She goes, yeah, I remember you because you run an online ministry and all this stuff. And I was like, oh, that's cool. You remember that. She goes, you never called me. I said, I never called you? I said, that doesn't sound good. I said, did we set up a time to get together? She goes, yeah, you did. I said, oh, okay, then I must have called you. You didn't answer. So I just don't usually do follow-up. So I apologize. I said, why don't we set up a time today and then we could talk a little later? She goes, okay. So then we booked another appointment. See, I don't chase people. I get yeses, and I get yeses now. See, think about this. If you invite 10 people to see what you do and 2 people sign up, what most people do is they chase the 8 for the next 6 weeks. I'd rather go get 10 more and get 2 yeses. See, because then I can help those yeses get 2 more and get those 2 more and get 2 more. I can help my business duplicate. What most people do is they chase the 8. They chase the ones that say, no, call me back next week, call me back next week, and they have a big pipeline. I don't really have a big pipeline because I get yeses or no's. Now, the people I do follow up with are the ones that put appointments in my calendar. Another big tip that you can do. Another thing is know your script in advance. Know what you're going to say before you say it. That's why the academy is there. And the way we have the academy written is actually audio and video. So if you're about to go out to a meeting, you can actually listen to the audio right on your cell phone, go into the presentation, hear me tell you what to say, go do it right there on the spot. And we did that purposely so that you can have audio and video. And then the next thing is you want to invite more people than you anticipate on coming. If you want 5 people to come, you better invite 10 or 15. If you're not very good, you might want to invite 20 and you'll get 5 there. And here's a cool little tip. If you want at least 1 or 2 or 3 people there, go pick them up. Go pick them up. And go pick them up in your car and drive them to the event. Because then you know you got 1 or 2 there. They're in your car. So that's another little advanced technique that you can do. Another thing that you want to do is 1 day before the appointment, you want to send a little text message. You can send text messages from your phone, or I use different systems for text messaging. If you want to know about that, let me know and I'll send that over to you. But you want to send a text message confirming that they're coming. Because I like to just be upfront. And if someone wants to say no, I'd rather not be standing out the door looking for them. I'd rather, just get a yes or a no, they're coming. And then the last thing is, if your event is local, you can pick some up, like I mentioned. Okay, the last part of the training I want to go over right now is you got to show the plan. You got to show the plan. You got to show the plan, and you should make it a goal to show the plan 5 to 10 times a week. Now, depending on your goal and depending on your schedule. Remember, we're talking about restarting. We're talking about you're brand new. So go out with urgency. If you today do what I just told you today, and just take this. You didn't even go into the academy yet. You just take what I just said and you go have urgency. There's two things you need to build this business. Only two. You need excitement and an application. That's it. You don't have to have any product knowledge. Matter of fact, the less product knowledge, the better. You say, you know, I don't really know all the details about this information, but you need to come to this meeting. I'll tell you a story about that. You need to know how to edify. You need to know how to edify the event. You need to know how to edify the presentation. You need to know how to edify the leaders. Give you an example. This is one of my buddies, Jay Massey. He's a guy that I trained years ago, multi-millionaire now. Back then, he was broke as a joke. He had no money, no skill set, no belief in himself, no confidence, no nothing. And I trained him with the same exact information that you're going to get in the academy. I trained him, and now he owns, you know, hundreds of real estate doors and runs a multi-million-dollar real estate business. But anyway, and he's back in network marketing, by the way. But anyway, I remember one time I was working at that real estate company in my office, and it was around noon. I was sitting there, and my mom was the front desk lady, and this lady came in, and she sat in the front. I heard them talking. She was talking to my mom, and I went out there and I said, "Hi, how are you?" And she goes, "Oh, I'm here for the presentation." I said, "You're here for the presentation? What do you mean?" She goes, "I'm here for the meeting." And I was like, "What's noon? The meeting's not till 7 o'clock tonight." She goes, "Yeah, I know, but I came down because I wanted to come to the meeting. I didn't want to miss it. I took a day off of work, and I came to the presentation because I heard about that guy, Gregg, and I just need to meet him because, man, I believe he's going to be able to help me with my business and help me change my life and all this stuff." And I was like, "Who invited you here?" She goes, "Jay." I was like, "Oh, okay, I get it." I taught Jay the skill of how to edify and how to build up the event and how to edify the person. This lady took off work to come to a meeting. She got there. We're only an hour away from Pasadena. So she took off, got there 7 hours early to be at a meeting because she wanted to meet me and see this presentation. See, that's called the power of edification and building to events. So you got to know how to use your story and build to events, which we'll do another training on that one day. But you need to know how to do this because that's how you get people there. See, you don't need anything because Jay didn't have any money. He had no success. He had no money. He had no knowledge. He had nothing. You know what he knew how to do? He knew how to edify. He said, "You know, I don't know nothing about how this program works, but I'm going to tell you, you need to come meet that guy, Steven. Here's why. Boom, 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 boom. You need to come learn this information. And here's why. Here's the reason. Here's the reason. Here's the reason." And she said, "I'm in." And she came and looked at the presentation. See, you got to learn how to edify and build up the system, build up the training. So you got to look at your product, look at your upline, and say, how do I build this up to get the people to want to come? And that's how you show the plan. And then you show the plan, making a presentation. The definition of showing the plan is when you are talking to someone who's not in the business, about the business, with the intent to get them in the business. That's the definition of showing the plan. So it's when you are showing when you are talking to someone who's not in the business, about the business, with the intent to get them in the business. So it's very important. Your income is going to be in direct proportion to the number of times you show the plan. That's how you're going to build your income. Ways to show the plan: you can show a video, you can do it on a webinar, you can do it on Facebook Live like I'm doing right now, you can do it at home meetings, you can do a one-on-one or a two-on-one with your upline, you can do three-way calls with your upline leader, you can do hotel meetings or office meetings, which you need to get back out of your house, get off social media, and get back in people's homes. We're in the business of network marketing. Networking is the key to success. The last thing I'm going to leave you with is you got to make this a decision to make it happen. So you got to focus on this plan over the next 90 days and then repeat the process. See, you focus like this, you just zero in, you get laser-like focus. You focus on what I just told you, and then you go and you watch the training, you start getting acclimated with the verbiage, you start practicing your techniques. What will happen, you'll see an explosion in your business, and then 90 days you'll start to fizzle out because you get tired, and then guess what you do? You revamp, you start your goals again, you define your dream again, you get that burning desire again, and guess what you do? You restart and you relaunch your business, you start all over again with a fresh mindset, and you do it again. You know, one of the best companies in the world that does this, it's Aflac. I used to work for Aflac, you know, the company on TV with the duck. And Aflac was one of the best. Here's what they did. Every single quarter, they're a publicly traded company. And they used to have like 180 weeks in a row or 80 quarters in a row, they would hit their stock numbers. Why? Because they'd have the entire company focused in for that 90 days. And that last 30 days, man, we were hitting it to get the numbers. Why? Because all of us got stock. And so we kept the stock numbers high, even during when 9/11 happened and all the bad stuff happened back then. When all that happened, our numbers were still there. Why? Because we were all focused in a 90-day increment. That's how businesses work. They have a quarterly report. You are a business. You run your own business, so you need to have a quarterly report. So you got to make a decision to make it happen. I want you to remember this sentence. Things in life have a tendency not to happen. It's up to you to make it happen. So that's how it's going to work for you guys. That's what's going to make this business work. So here's the plan for this week between now and next Tuesday. Number one, if you're brand new and you haven't joined the Academy yet and got the workbook, I'd recommend you to go in, join the Academy, and get the workbook for yourself. Put it in a workbook binder, a little binder, because all these trainings, you're going to want to take notes. Put them in one binder. Have that your training manual, just like if you had a company. The next thing you want to do is go to your team, get everybody in your team. The most valuable thing you can do starting today is to go to everybody on your team and invite them to this training and invite them to the Academy and walk them through. Don't just send them the link. Say, listen, we need to get you trained. You're going to be trained by a guy that's going to help you build this business, and he can help you learn the skill sets of this industry. So what you do is you walk them through the training and you help them through the process. And so you walk them through and sign everybody on your team up. You should be no stone unturned. If somebody said to me, well, I want to be in the business, but I'm not joining the training, you're not getting, I don't want 8,000 hours worth of training for 20 bucks. It's the cost that I work with. I don't want that. I want to figure it out on myself, on my own. I say, okay, great. You figure it out. I'm going to go work with the people in the training because I want to work with people that are serious about their craft. And that's what I would do. So that's the next thing. And then, of course, you commit to going through it on a weekly basis. The next step is you want to start creating a weekly training for your team. If you already have a team and you have a weekly training, that's great. Then start training this system. The way you do it is you go into the Academy and you push the play button. Let me do the training. And then after it's done, maybe after 30 minutes, you stop the training and you say, wow, what did we learn? How can we apply it? How can we use that in our business? What you don't do is this. Watch the training and then repeat the training and try to go teach it yourself. Don't, because that's unduplicatable. Because if you do that, guess what you're telling your team to do? The exact same thing. And what that does, it causes confusion, and a confused mind does nothing. So what you do is you just go push the play button and then talk about what you learned in the training and then how to apply it to your products, services, or company. And then what you do from there is you make sure that everyone in your team is registered for this next Tuesday and Thursday training. It's the same link. So if you're registered once, you're already registered, you already have the same link. So you can just come back and just come to the training again. If you're not, then you can go to the website, businesssalesaccelerator.com/register-me, and you can go and register yourself or get your team registered. And I would make it a point to go get your team registered for the training and then start the 90-day plan. So that's the next step. Is start the 90-day plan. Say you're new in the business, you're restarting your business right now, and you're going to go after it for the next 90 days. And then the last thing is focus on hitting your next achievement level as fast as possible. Set a deadline. Set a deadline. Like if your goal is to get 3, make it by Monday. It should be easy. Today's Thursday. You got 4 days to get 3 people. Go show the plan 5 times. You'll get 3 people to sign up. If your goal is 4, then make a goal. Maybe it'll be a week. If your product is a higher end product, if you only have 1 presentation between now and then, maybe your goal is in 2 weeks. The bottom line is set a date. See, because if you don't set a date, then you have nothing to go after. You have no focus. And write down the definition of the word focus. F-O-C-U-S. It stands for follow one course until successful. Follow one course until successful. See, this is the power of the Business Sales Accelerator Academy. I really wish you guys knew what you have in your hands. I really wish you guys really get it, because a lot of people don't really understand what they have in their hands. But I'm gonna tell you, it's sad because a lot of people are gonna go through network marketing. They're gonna come into this academy and quit. They quit their business. They don't take it serious. But let me just tell you why that's so sad. I'll tell you a story. There was this little lady and this man, they were older. They were living in a house, and they were really poor. They had no money, had nothing. They were married for about 50 years. They were in their 60s or 70s or something. No, they were probably 70s or 80s. And then they died, and they died completely poor. And when the people came to clean up their house, they were cleaning up the walls and clean off everything. And they noticed on the wall, there was a plaque on the wall. And they went and looked at the plaque and they dusted it off because it was like old and dirty. And they looked at it and they realized that it was over 50 years old. And they're like, what the heck is that? And they looked at it and it was a stock certificate. And they looked at the name on the stock certificate and it said International Business Machines, IBM. And they looked, it was 6,000 shares of stock. And they did the math. They pulled it off the wall, they computed it, and they realized that over years and years and years of the splits and splits and splits and splits, that stock was worth millions and millions of dollars. But they lived poor because they didn't know what they had in their hands. I want to ask you right now, do you know what you have in your hands? Do you really get what you have with this system of duplication? I hope you get it. It's the first time in the history of 70 years of the industry of network marketing that you got one system that your entire team from the beginning to the end can learn how to build this business. The first time it's ever been done, and you're here at the beginning of it. I'm gonna tell you right now, this program is gonna blow you away. You're gonna be amazed at what you get, and I hope you get it. I hope you really grasp what you have in your hands and go share this message. Go help us with this movement to take this around the world. I want you to always remember, I'm gonna leave you with my favorite saying. This is the essence of what we're about, is that if you build the people will build the business, the nation, and the world. You guys, I appreciate you so much for being here today. You guys have a fantastic week. This will be added to the YouTube channel so you guys can send it out to your team. And I look forward to hearing the stories and the testimonies of your success. You guys have a fantastic day, everyone.